Okay, so it's been a while, but I want to do a little update on what I've done to my car. I haven't done as much as I need to do, but I have done a little bit. See, I have pretty much completed the battery cable into the trunk for the battery. I know. I mean, I don't have this. I drilled holes and tapped the holes for screws. I did not use Loctite, so I might go back and do that in the future. And I like to move this a little further back, maybe more flush, but I have it ran into the trunk. And something else I want to change, make it a little neater. Under here, I would like to move this maybe further back, so make sure I can have this cable hidden. But I know I've got all sorts of stuff inside my car here, but I have it running down here to the trunk. It's all hidden. And so I'm not going to mount it, and I've got it back here, but I'm not going to mount the battery box and stuff yet. I think the floor of the trunk, I'm going to have to change that out because it's kind of sagging and stuff, so I'm going to wait. This might be one of the last things I do, but I bought a circuit breaker with mechanical lugs on it to mount to the side of the battery box. I figured this would be easier than using a fuse, because let me see how I make this thing focused on that. Well, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I figured this would be a little easier than having fuses, because if it trips, I can reset it and find the problem. So hopefully sometime or another I'll get this done. I'm not moving very fast because I have other things going on. But the next thing that I did is, you might have noticed the fenders not on the car. They are inside right now, but I'm tucking the headlight harnesses. The harness that used to run from back here around here to the headlights and the stuff up here. I have it coming out here. I'm going to put a grommet here. Even though I have the wire loom on, I'll probably put a grommet to make sure that nothing bad happens to my wire, because it's not going to be easy to get back to this. I depinned the connector on this side and ran my wire through and pinned it back. And I took the headlight out and ran the wire up here, ran it through. There's a hole here. I ran it all through here, and then I plugged it in. I have to get something. I want to get something to go in these holes like this so that I can, zip tie it out of the way and make it safe. And I have to run a power wire for my cooling fan. I'm going to use a relay for my fan, because I have a stronger fan. And I want to do something with this in here to make this look a little neater. My intentions are these are for the fuse box that goes here, to put them along with the fuse box in the glove box. So I want to do something to clean this up, make it look a little neater. On the other side, it's been a little bit more difficult. Like I said, I took the wire, same as the other side. These wires ran through here, and it's two connectors. So I basically did it's hard to see in the sun, but I depinned the side of the connector going to the car chassis and ran it through. And then see, I don't have the headlight back in, but I took the headlight out, ran it through here, and then I'll be able to zip tie it to the hood latch cable. Now, another thing I'm running into is I have a tucked hose for my slave cylinder for the clutch, but I'm trying to fit it through this hole, and this hole's not quite big enough for these two cables and the fitting part of the hose to go through. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get maybe like a circular file or something, and file a piece of this slightly and get some touch-up paint and cover it back up and run it through. Then my hose will go through and come through here, and I won't have this hose and bracket anymore. Something to clean up the engine bay. And I can also have a replacement for that fuel filter, a tucked fuel filter kit. I want to do a brake tuck, and do something with the power steering, but that's probably not going to happen until later after I get the car on the road. And so, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to say for sure because my car is outside, and even though I am in the deep south, the weather's not that great this time of the year all the time, and if it's rainy or cold, I'm not doing anything out in the yard. So I have to get new connectors. Like I took the side skirts out. A lot of y'all probably knew this, but you take the connectors out that go in, then you slide it forward and it comes out. I didn't know that. I had to Google it. But in the process, most of these connectors that go in here and hold a lot of this stuff together are messed up. Maybe I don't know whether it's because of age or I wasn't careful enough, but I think I've Googled it, and I think Napa carries a lot of stuff like that, so I'm gonna go there and get them. But in my jug for my windshield washer solution, I cut the top off so it's pretty much flush with inside of the car. It goes, let's see, it comes out around here, I believe, and it's going to be flush. I'm going to get a plug to put in there, just something to clean it up. But then once I get that done, I'll put the fenders back on and stuff, and put the bumper on, and then we'll work on a couple more things. Once I do that, I think the next step is to move over to this car and start taking the engine out. And the plans have changed with this car. Originally, I was going to take the engine and transmission out and save it and put it together for my son. He's 13 now, so when he turns, I think 16, he can drive. But I think the plan now is we're moving, and I have like 6 vehicles, and stuff has to go, and it's with the body damage to this car and stuff that needs to be done, it's going to be pretty expensive to fix it. So I'm going to pretty much take the engine, transmission. I want to use the subframe and power steering rack and front sway bar and put it in my other car. And I'm going to take the rear trailing arms with the rear disc brakes and put it on the red car, and with the e-brake cables. And I'm debating a dash swap. I've seen some write-ups where people take the 98 to 2000 dash and put it in the 96 through 98s, and I'm contemplating that. I like the climate control portion better on these cars, but the dash in my other car is very nice and extremely good shape, and there's a couple things not so great about this one, so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But if I do, it'll be after the red car is going, after it's on the road. And of course, I'm going to swap the shift linkage and stuff. Not that shifter. I have a K-tune shifter to use, and so I'm going to swap everything but that shifter. I got shifter bushing and stuff for the transmission. And then at some point in time, maybe before the engine swap's done, I'm going to do the coilovers. Amazon has a coil spring compressor that looks like it's pretty safe to use. I can, like $35. I can work on doing that pretty easily, and put the little subframe brakes and sway bar on the back of this car. But we'll see. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I'm doing, or what I have been doing. I haven't made a lot of progress lately. Like I said, I've got a couple other things I'm trying to do. I'm selling my old truck, and I need to get it. My wife's nephew's buying it. I need to get that to him, and then hopefully I can get back on this. And I'm going to work on learning how to actually get video of me doing stuff on the car. I'm using my phone to record this stuff, so I don't know how well that's going to work out, but I'm going to figure it out and try to get better at this video stuff, and see where it goes. Learn how to do some editing on the computer and stuff, and go from there. But that's it for today, and hopefully it won't be so long before my next video. And also another thing I want to add, the Honda Street Garage has a video on doing the headlight harnesses like I did. That's where I got the idea from, and it does a really good breakdown. I'll find it and try to link it in the description so you guys can watch it. It explains it really well, makes it very easy for someone like me to do. And as far as tool-wise, it's very simple. You don't have to buy much. It just takes a little labor. But as far as the passenger side, Actually taking the fenders and bumper and stuff off took more time than doing the passenger side. Now the driver's side was more complicated. I had more difficulty depinning the wires on this side. I'm not sure why, but I had, and it didn't turn out as well as I like it to. But I was able to get everything back together. And so I guess we'll see how it goes when I actually get the car with the battery in it. But that's it for today. I hope you guys have a good holiday. If I don't make a video before Thanksgiving, which odds are I won't, and y'all take care.